Dani, I wonder if you could talk about the role that hospitality plays in the Jewish religion in terms of the survival of the tradition over the years.
Hospitality is largely a part of, I think, consciousness towards the oppressed and those who are in need, and how that's inseparable from Jewishness or the Israelite people, or being the people of Israel, especially with our formation as a people in Egypt. I think that was a large part with our identity as oppressed, as slaves, and also our exile for the past, I guess, 1900 years is part and parcel of who we are. And if we separate ourselves from those who are in need and the oppressed, then we lose our integrity as a people, because that's where we came from. That's who we are.
Kevin, how about from the Islamic tradition in terms of living on the margins of the extremes of the desert, and how important hospitality would be in terms of bringing together, keeping the culture alive?
Well, pre-Islamic times, before Islam or the message of Muhammad came, you had a situation where even though people were living on the edge, they, for real trivial reasons, wouldn't help somebody. It's like, you're part of this tribe, I'm part of that tribe, I can't help you. You're this color, I'm that color. I mean, you had cases of, all different kinds of people were enslaved in tribal Arabic society. But also, some people were lower in the totem pole. So you had actually Abyssinians, like black Africans, that were in Arabia as slaves, and they were the last people to get help. And so when Islam came, it was critical of all those barriers, those artificial barriers that people put up as a reason not to be nice or not to be hospitable. And so when Muhammad came, with the message of the Quran, within that message is the idea that we're one nation of people. Like, if you're a Muslim, you're considered one group of people, and since you're one group of people, you should treat everyone with the same respect. And beyond that, we're also, required to treat, our brothers of other religions, of other Abrahamic faiths, and of the non-Abrahamic faiths with the same respect and love, simply because that's how the religion grew. You know what I mean? You can't gain ground and respect if you're not going to give a Jewish person who's down on his luck a piece of bread, or a Christian. You know what I mean? You can't gain that kind of overarching unity and respect that's necessary for our survival and for the survival of the religion back then. Would have been impossible. So
it's almost like a common sense of humanity,
Yeah.
in essence. So, Eli, I wonder what do you feel that that hospitality, the role that hospitality played in terms of the Christian world, in terms of preserving culture and helping people?
Yeah, it seems kind of similar to this idea that you are accepting of these people regardless of your faith. It's mentioned so many times by Paul in the New Testament, whether you're Jew or Gentile, that you'll be accepting, and that the power of love really can cover a multitude of sins. And even, going back to Hebrews, that's something that they mention not to neglect, to show hospitality, because you're never really sure when you might be entertaining angels, which kind of then comes up later in reference to Dorothy Day, some of her writings.